Dr. Gault, you're back.
Yes, I told you it wouldn't be long.
Did you find what you were looking for at the newspaper?
Yes, Molly. They had the story on file, and they made me a photocopy of the picture on the front page. Here it is.
I want to look at it. Oh, dear God. It's him.
Yes, it's him. Draper Scott, not Kirk Michaels. And the sooner they see this, the better.
Oh, Dr. Gault, wait, please.
Don't try to stop me, Molly.
Think of what you're going to do to that poor girl. You are going to break her heart. Don't you have any feelings?
Get a blanket. It should be kept warm.
Yes, he was on his way upstairs. I'm going to go get an ambulance.
Tell them to hurry, Molly.
I will, Miss Emily.
It's as hard, isn't it?
I don't know. Probably is.
Kept telling me those little attacks were nothing to worry about. And I could see they were getting worse. It's just a matter of time before this happened. Why did this have to happen now? Everything was going so well. He's going to be all right. He just has to be all right.
Emily, try to relax. Everything is going to be fine.
I know. Look at his face. He's so gray and still.
When the ambulance comes, the doctors will take care of him.
Of course they will. And it's not too late. It can't be too late.
April, how can you do this to me? How can you be so vindictive as to make me pay for one little impulsive mistake the rest of my life?
Raven, I'm not trying to punish you.
If you give Logan that letter, I will lose every chance I have of getting Jamie back. You might as well stick a knife right in my heart. How can you hate me so much?
I don't hate you.
Well, then why can't you believe I've changed?
I'd love to believe it, but the fact is I already know what kind of a parent Logan is.
The only reason you're on Logan's side is because he's Draper's best friend.
That has absolutely nothing to do with it.
I realize that you have certain loyalties, but don't you think you ought to do what's right?
I am doing what's right. What's right for Jamie.
Ever since Jamie has been with me, he's been a very happy little boy. I've taken very good care of him.
Well, he needs very good care taken of him all the time, not just when the mood strikes you.
I'm gonna be a full-time mother from now on.
Raven, you had that chance, and let's face it, you blew it. This letter wouldn't even exist if one day you hadn't woken up and decided that that baby was just a little too much trouble
Come
for
on, you know what was happening to me. At the time I was upset. I didn't know what I was doing. And besides, don't you think that you could raise a baby a lot better than a man? Logan hires babysitters all the time.
Logan spends as much time as he possibly can with that baby.
Which isn't much, and you know it. He's a workaholic. He's in that office every day and many nights.
There are mothers who work too, Raven. As a matter of fact, I plan on going back to work myself someday.
But Julia will be your first priority. Jamie is Logan's second priority. Why won't you believe me? The most important thing in my life is my son. I don't even have anything else.
You know, Raven, it's really funny. I think you really believe what you're saying, at least for the moment.
I mean every word of it. My son is my entire future. And if you give Logan that letter, you'll make me miserable the rest of my life.
I've already promised Logan the letter.
Well, why can't he come over here? Why can't he come over here right now while I'm here? Please, will you just give me a chance?
Raven, I don't even know if he would come over here.
But don't you think this is a little too important for you two just to decide by yourselves? Please, April.
Look, we've been going through this for an hour now. Will you just take the deal?
I don't know, Cliff. 3 months?
All right. My client will plead guilty and make full restitution in exchange for 6 months in jail.
6 months, huh? That's a little better.
I'll even throw in a baseball autographed by the world champion Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, just make sure your client doesn't autograph it the way he did Mr. Widmer's checks.
That is a low blow. You know, this proceeding could take 4 months. Do you want to tie up one of your assistants for a two-bit case like this for that long?
You got a point there. It's a deal.
At last! Oh. You know, we would have settled for 9 months in jail.
Oh, you are smooth. I'd have settled for 3.
Well, the next time we plea bargain, you owe me 3 months.
Or you owe me 3 months. I think it depends on how
It's
you
all
look
right.
at it.
I'm very, very happy the way that this turned out. I have to tell you, I feel more than strange about our new relationship.
What do you mean, plea bargaining against me or me being your client?
Oh, plea bargaining against you. I'm more than happy to represent you in Swift versus Swift. In fact, I'll do anything in my power to get that little kid back for you. So, I think it's time for a small chat with the opposition. So I arranged the meeting.
You arranged it without consulting me?
Oh, hey, I don't want to consult you on every little thing. I know how busy you can be.
Well, when is this meeting with Raven's lawyer supposed to take place?
Well, Raven hasn't retained counsel yet.
Then how the hell are you going to have a meeting with the opposition?
I may as well tell you this before you hear it from somebody else. The meeting that I arranged is with Raven herself. Tonight, over dinner.
Is this little tete-a-tete for my benefit or for yours?
How can you say that?
Because every time you're in a room together with Raven, you give a very convincing impersonation of a puppy dog. Your tongue hangs out, you drool.
All right, I'll admit, I think she's a very attractive woman, but what does that matter to you? You're separated.
Oh, yeah, you could drive a truck through the gap between us, but you are my lawyer, Cliff.
And tonight is strictly business. I just want to see what Raven really wants.
Well, good luck to you. I don't think she knows that.
Listen, you just established paternity. Maybe I could use that as a lever in some form of, negotiation. If I can scare Raven, maybe she'd be willing to have an out-of-court settlement, and that would save you a lot of public embarrassment.
A little word of advice. Before you sit down for this chat with her, put your wallet in your back pocket and take your ring off.
Hey, I can handle Raven.
Oh, yeah? You take your eyes off her for a second, she's going to pick you clean.
How do you know I won't pick her clean?
If I find out you've divulged any information to her which is damaging to my case, I will personally hang you up by the thumbs. Yes, Maggie. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. April, how are you? What's up?
Good. Listen, I called to tell you about a change in plans.
Well, what's the matter? Can't get a sitter?
Raven's here.
She is? What does she want? Oh, never mind. I shouldn't have asked that. You're not going to give it to her, are you?
No, of course not.
Well, what is it then? You can tell me.
Well, I just thought maybe you could come over here and the three of us could sit down and discuss this.
Okay, I'll be right over.
Thank you for making that call. Raven, I hope you realize that this, I haven't changed my mind about giving Logan the letter. You do realize that, don't you?
We'll see.
This isn't a contest, where the person with the best argument is going to win the letter. Nor do I want this to turn into a shouting match.
I'll be very civilized.
I want the three of us to sit down like mature adults and to make a realistic appraisal of the situation.
Fine.
What I would like to come out of this meeting is a compromise so that a very messy custody battle will be unnecessary.
Great. Could I see Julia?
What?
I haven't seen her in a while. I probably don't even remember what she looks like.
Raven, look, as much as I would love to show off my daughter, she happens to have a habit of this time of day, she sleeps.
It's just that ever since I've been back with Jamie, I really like watching babies. The way they learn about themselves and look at the environment. It's just fascinating. Maybe I could just go up and take a peek. I'll be real quiet.
No, I don't think that would be a very good idea.
Oh.
Listen, if you'll excuse me for a second, I think I will check on her.
Okay, could I use your telephone? I want to call my babysitter.
Here you go.
Thank you. Well, it won't be long now, Charlie. In a matter of hours, the new unicorn is going to be open for business.
Well, I don't think I'll recognize this joint with people in it, Mr. Dorn.
I'm not expecting people, Charlie. I'll settle for nothing less than a mass of humanity. And with a line of late arrivals stretching halfway around the block.
Now, don't you be surprised if there's a convention of bill collectors at the head of that line.
Problems, huh?
Problems, huh? I've never seen so many final notices arrive in one mail delivery in my whole life.
Well, you've got to spend money to get money. We'll get it back 1,000-fold.
Well, I better come back fast or we're going to have a whole lot of angry creditors breathing down our necks.
Oh, they'll get their money in time.
Why don't you make some partial payments, just to keep the heat off?
No can do, Charlie. A beach ball couldn't bounce as high as any check I might write.
You mean you're that much in the hole?
Let me tell you. The corporate account is gone. All my personal savings have been invested in this venture. This is it for me, Charlie. It has got to work.
Oh, boy, that's going to be tough to stall.
Well, when they come around, you just turn up the music a little bit and pretend you can't hear.
Well, you better hope that the sound system isn't the first thing they repossess.
Every disco in town is a gold mine, Charlie. There's no reason why this one can't be. So, in no time at all, we'll be back in the black.
Well, I hope so for your sake. This is a funny business. There aren't any guarantees.
Are you sounding negative? It's time for some energy, Charlie. Come on, let's drink to that.
Yeah, I'll drink to it.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I saw your marquee outside and caught my eye. I thought I'd come in and check the place out.
Oh, I appreciate your interest, but we won't be open until this evening. Why don't you come back tonight and check the place out to your heart's content? And bring your friends.
Oh, well, you're depending on the wrong guy to draw a crowd for you.
What's the matter? Don't your friends like having a good time?
I've only been in town a couple days. Only people I know are my aunt and uncle.
Hey, yes, well, we'll have to remedy that. The best place to remedy that is here, because this is the place where all the young people of Monticello are going to gather.
What sort of club is this?
This is the hottest and the latest disco of Monticello.
Phone call for you, Mr. Dorn.
You're right there, Charlie. Excuse me.
Yeah, hey, just one thing before you go.
Yeah.
Would it be okay if I came back when you're not so busy?
Any particular reason?
Yeah, I've got something I want to show you, and I think you're going to find it real interesting.
Will it cost me anything?
Free of charge.
Well, in that case, I'll be delighted. Just ask for Elliot Dorn. That's me. I'm the owner.
Okay, I'm McGrath. Kelly McGrath. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Dorn.
Yeah. Charlie, I hope it's not one of those nasty people asking for money.
It's a lady. And by the sound of her voice, I'd give her anything she asked for.
No, Charlie. Never give a lady anything she asks for. Hello.
Hello, darling, it's me.
Oh, Raven, you were supposed to be down here and give me a helping hand.
Forget about that. I'm in April's right now, and I have something very important to say, but I have to speak fast, so be very quiet and listen.
But Dr. Gault has had a heart attack. He may be dying, and you're trying to tell me that the only available ambulance is broken down? Will you tell him to fix that darn thing and get right over here? Oh, God knows when they're going to get here.
Doesn't matter now, Molly.
He's regained consciousness?
He's dead, Molly. Daddy's dead.
No. It can't be.
It's true.
I just can't believe that he's gone.
Oh, Miss Emily, I am so sorry. Oh, if that ambulance had only come, we might have been able to save him.
No, it wouldn't have made any difference.
Oh, I suppose not. When I saw Dr. Gault like that on the stairs, I knew. I just didn't want to admit it.
Why did it have to happen?
It's a part of life, Miss Emily. A very hard part that hurts all of us.
But it's so unfair. I loved him so much.
I know, my dear. Miss Emily, would you mind if I went upstairs for a moment to say goodbye?
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Would you hold me, please?
Dr. Gault? Leo, you were such a good man. I'm going to miss you so very much. You get to know a lot about a person spending so much time under the same roof that feelings develop. Sometimes you're afraid to admit that you even have those feelings, even to yourself. But I wasn't just the woman who cleaned your house and fixed your meals and took care of Emily. I loved you. I'm sure you know that. And if I seemed just a little bit demanding at times, it was only because that I didn't. Well, it was the only way I had to keep a proper distance. But it's all right now. I was the lady of your house, Leo. And that was enough for me. We were a family. You and me and Emily. I grew to love Emily so much, just as much as if she were my own. And I swear to you, Leo, now that you can't be here anymore, I will take care of her. I will protect her, and I won't let anyone harm her. This man who changed her life and made her so happy, this Kirk or Draper, or whatever his name is, she needs him. He's all she has left. And so, for Emily's sake, because everyone thinks that he is dead, he has got to stay dead.
Good morning. It was a lovely day. I thought we should meet out here.
It's funny, I feel there's a dark cloud hanging over my head.
Oh, really? It's probably just guilt because you know it was wrong to try to take away my little baby.
Raven, we came here to discuss this, to work out a compromise.
Yeah, if we're just going to try and goad each other into a fight, there's no point in my being here. I'll leave
Logan,
now.
wait a minute. Now, I love him. In the short time that we have been together, I've grown very attached to him, and I do not want to give him up.
Heard all this before. I mean, your inflection is better, but then you've had time to rehearse, isn't
What do I have to do to prove to you that I love my baby?
How about letting him come to a home where he's wanted?
He's got that.
I am now legally Jamie's father. Cliff has dug up some very good precedents for me, plus I've got you on a charge of abandonment. I stand a very good chance of shooting you down in court, and that letter clinches it. Now, why am I here? What do you want to talk to me about?
Look, I'm willing to be reasonable.
I'll believe that when I see it.
Perhaps we can work out some sort of visitation rights, maybe shared custody.
Now, that may be fair to you both, Logan. What do you think about that?
It's up to a court to decide that once it's seen the facts. And it won't have seen the facts until it sees that letter. It's part of the evidence. It's part of the truth. Isn't it?
Yes. I'll get the letter.
You must be very proud of yourself. You sure did a job on her.
I'm sure you're proud of the job you did on me when you took Jamie out of the hospital.
All I did was go in and pick up my poor sick baby after you and your police babysitters nearly let him die. You really think you're going to get him away from me, don't you?
That's exactly what I intend to do, yes.
You have half the town on your side, including April.
April's on Jamie's side.
You really won her over completely, didn't you? Tell me something. Did you do it with just tea and sympathy, or was there a little bit of moonlight and roses? I'm sorry. Logan, why do you have to be so hard on me? I know I've done a lot of rotten things, but I'm different.
Different? That's funny. I look at you and I see the same woman I made the mistake of marrying.
If I look like the same woman, you must still want me.
Oh, Raven. The only thing I want from you is that you take very good care of Jamie until this custody suit is settled.
All right. All right, I will turn him over to you in terrific shape. There you see, I've admitted it. You win, I lose.
Here's the letter.
Let me see that. That's a forgery.
Raven, it's the same Raven!